Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You're watching South Asia NEWSLINE, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 11th of December. Rahul Gandhi meets Lok Sabha Speaker, seeks discussion over Adani. Pakistan's former spy chief indicted on charges of engaging in politics. And Russia takes steps towards recognizing Afghanistan's Taliban government. And now for all the details. Leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi on Wednesday met Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla and urged for discussion on all matters, including the Adani row, and to expunge derogatory remarks made against him in the lower house. The opposition has continued to protests over the Adani issue since the start of the winter session, demanding a parliamentary probe over US bribery allegations against the group. On Wednesday, the opposition MPs greeted their counterparts from the ruling alliance by giving them the national flag and a red rose, urging them to ensure that the House proceedings continue and all the issues, including the Adani row, are discussed. Meanwhile, the upper house was adjourned yet again after the opposition lawmakers created ruckus, seeking removal of Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar. A political row has sparked off after the opposition India bloc MPs gave notice to bring no confidence motion against Dhankar, accusing him of partisan conduct in the Rajya Sabha over several issues.
अदानी पे डिस्कशन नहीं चाहते हैं, वो अडानी से डिस्ट्रैक्ट कराना चाहते हैं और डिस्ट्रैक्शंस करते रहते हैं. आप जानते हो, मैं भी जानता हूं, एंड में हम छोड़ेंगे नहीं.
Moving on, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, who was on a 3-day visit to Russia, met President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday, during which both leaders expressed that their partnership holds immense potential and combined efforts will pave way for remarkable outcomes. The minister described the relations between the countries as higher than the highest mountain and deeper than the deepest ocean. Singh expressed his gratitude for the warm hospitality extended by the Russian government and affirmed India's commitment to strengthening the relationship. The Russian president is set to visit India next year to hold the annual summit talks with PM Modi. India and Russia share a long-standing strategic partnership rooted in defense, energy and historical ties. Both nations collaborate closely in military, technology, nuclear energy and trade, while maintaining strong diplomatic relations. And Pakistan's former spy chief and ex-army general Faiz Hamid has been indicted on a series of charges, the military said on Tuesday, a rare move by the powerful army which plays an outsized role in the country's politics. The indictment includes engaging in political activities and violating the Official Secrets Act. Hamid also faces an investigation into the attacks against military installations on May 9, 2023. Thousands of supporters of jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan rampaged through scores of military installations and offices to protest against his arrest. Khan and dozens of his party leaders and supporters were last week indicted by an anti-terrorism court on charges of inciting the supporters to assault the military installations, including its headquarters in Rawalpindi. Hamid, considered to be close to Khan, who named him to head the powerful Inter-Services Intelligence Agency, has been in military custody since the opening of court-martial proceedings against him in August. Pakistan's powerful military, which has directly ruled the nation of 241 million people for more than 30 years in its 77-year independent history, denies the accusations. Moving on, the residents of Gilgit-Baltistan are enduring severe power outages amid peak winter season. They have alleged, despite abundant natural resources, mismanagement and discrimination are exacerbating the region's ongoing energy crisis. A report.
Residents of Gilgit-Baltistan are enduring an increasingly dire energy crisis, with daily power outages lasting up to 20 hours daily. The situation is compounded by incomplete energy projects and ongoing corruption that many believe is intentionally exacerbating the occupied region's suffering. A local trader emphasized the urgent need for electricity, not only to power businesses, but also to cook food and heat homes amid peak winter season.
हमें चाहिए सबसे पहले बिजली चाहिए जिससे हमारा माहौलियात भी साफ होगा। लोग जो है ना जंगलात की कटाई कर रहे हैं, दरख्तों की कटाई कर रहे हैं, वो गरीब लोग दरख्तों की कटाई करके अपने बच्चों के लिए वो जो है ना रोटी पकाने का इंतजाम कर रहे हैं। अगर बिजली हमारे हीटिंग और कुकिंग होती और सबसे सस्ती चीज़ बिजली है, हमें गैस की भी ज़रूरत नहीं थी। बिजली अगर हमें देते, और बिजली का क्या कोई साइंस रॉकेट नहीं है, पानी फाल करना ऊपर से गिराना है और नीचे मशीन लगानी है, लेकिन ये सब करप्शन का नज़र हो रहा है। और हर सर्दियों में 20 करोड़ 17 करोड़ हर जिले को देकर वो पैसे फिर वो खुद ही करप्शन के नज़र हो रहे हैं।
Local residents have staged numerous protests against the ongoing power crisis, but all in vain. Critics argue that this is part of a broader pattern of discrimination and neglect towards the region that has long been marginalized in terms of both political representation and resource allocation.
ये यही बात हम भी कह रहे हैं, ये जानबूझ के जो है ना इस इलाके को अंधेरे में रखते हैं, जानबूझ के लोगों को गली गली महल्ले महल्ले से लोड शेडिंग के हवाले से लोग एहतजाजें कर रहे हैं और ये उसके तमाशे देख रहे हैं। ये जानबूझ के सर, यहाँ से हज़ारों मेगावाट बिजली पैदा हो सकती है अगर ये मुखलिस हो।
And Russia has moved a step closer towards recognizing the Taliban government of Afghanistan as its parliament on Tuesday voted in favor of a law that would make it possible to remove the Taliban from Moscow's list of banned terrorist organizations. Parliament's lower house approved the bill in the first of the 3 required readings, Interfax news agency said. No country currently recognizes the Taliban, which seized power in August 2021 over rights issues. But Russia has been gradually building ties with the movement, which President Vladimir Putin said in July was now an ally in fighting terrorism. In March, gunmen killed 145 people at a concert hall outside Moscow in an attack claimed by Islamic State. US officials said they had intelligence indicating it was the Afghan branch of the militant group. The Taliban says it is also working to wipe out the presence of Islamic State in Afghanistan. Moving on, Nepal's Chief of Army Staff, General Ashok Raj Sikhdel, began his official visit to India on Wednesday as he laid a wreath at the National War Memorial in New Delhi and was accorded a Guard of Honor at the South Block, followed by an interaction with the Indian Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi. He was also scheduled to call on Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar and other top-ranking officials later in the day. The Nepali leader will attend an investiture ceremony at Presidential Palace on Thursday, wherein he will be conferred the honorary rank of General of the Indian Army by President Draupadi Murmu. This unique tradition has continued between armies of both the nations, highlighting close military ties shared by the two neighbors. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.